Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have 5 piles. Um, yeah, I'm not good at usernames. You know what? Before I do a reading that was requested, I need to look at the username and then start the reading, okay? But shout out to you who requested this reading, and we're here to find out today, how do your acquaintances feel about you? So this could even be in workplace settings or, education settings, people who are not really your close friends, but like people who know of you and may not have that close relationship with you. So we're here to find out how they feel about you, how they view you. Okay, so I have 5 piles. For pile number 1, we have the rose quartz. Take a good look at it. For pile 2, we have the black tourmaline. For pile 3, we have the tiger's eye. And for pile 4, we have, again, I forgot the name, but it's the blue stone for now. And then the last pile, we have emerald. It may not be exactly emerald, but we're going to call it emerald for now, okay? So go ahead and pick your piles. I'm going to start. All right, so... Okay, so 1 minute and 20 seconds. Pile 1, you guys chose the rose quartz. Okay, rose quartz is a very loving sign. Oh, no, did I say sign? Loving stone, sorry. And it's really good for self-love. It's also really good for attracting love. It's good for clarity and remaining calm and balanced as well. So I feel like your acquaintances feel like you are someone who is easy to love. You're easy to get along with. I feel like you guys are not really about drama. You don't really have a reputation for even being in drama. You're very calm, cool, collected. No one can even say or think anything negative about you, because it's like, I feel like you're just someone who just gets on with their life. So if anyone was to dislike you, it genuinely would not make any sense. I feel like you're someone who's easy to get along with, easy to love. And people just feel like you have a genuine energy about you, okay? And that's how they view you. Your acquaintances may also view you as someone who you value yourself, you have high worth, maybe even high value person in general. 222, as I said that. So I do feel like people do love you. It's hard to not love you. To know you is to love you. You could even have secret admirers, okay? But people just see that you radiate self-respect, self-love, and it makes it just easier to love you, okay? We have the Ram and the Dahlia, determination. Some of you guys could be Aries. We have number 3, drop it. And 3 is a number of support, networking, connections. We have gift. May you receive the gifts that await. Okay. And we have from Tower the Lovers card, Gemini energy. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have I love you. And we have secrets. Ooh, so I did mention something along the lines of you could have secret admirers. You could have people who they have deeper feelings than what they led on in regards to you. People also view you as someone who's very determined. Okay, we literally have determination. So you're someone who, this pile may have really big aspirations. And it's not to say that you talk about it, but people just get this energy around you that, yeah, I have a feeling that pile 1 is all about having, their life together. Maybe it's because you have high standards for yourself in other aspects of your life. So people just assume that you're destined for greatness and that's what you're working towards. People see you as very hardworking, and I feel like people, just to know you is to love you. You're very lovable. People see you as someone who, like, you could be everybody's soulmate, okay? Like, there's something about you understanding people really well. Like, if someone was to come and towards you and sit down and have a conversation with you, it's almost like you give off an energy of understanding. Like, you're here to listen to what people have to say, and there's something about you just being very emotionally intelligent, and it makes people feel like, wow, like pile 1 really gets me. Is pile 1 my soulmate? You're easy to get along with as well. So I feel like you could have secret admirers. Not to alarm you guys, but I feel like people talk a lot about you, but you may not know it. Your acquaintances do talk a lot about you, but it's not bad, okay? I'm getting that they say that you're very hardworking, you're very easy to work with. You're someone who, they may feel like you are above them. And it's like, it's coming from a place of like, you're well respected, you have high standards for yourself. You have an idea of how you want the world or your world to look like and your future to look like, and it's like that's what you're working towards, and you keep it to yourself, and you just get on with life. But for some reason, it's just the energy you give off is, I got shit to do, and I'm really passionate about what I've got to get done, especially in the workplace. This is more so giving workplace vibes. People just feel like you're destined for greatness, like, and you could be someone who's very lucky. I don't know why I heard studious. So maybe for some of you who are in school, people see you as very studious. Like you just keep your head in and you just work. But we also have gifts. So people just feel like you are very blessed. Maybe you're someone who you're very good at accumulating opportunities for yourself, or people would love to give you opportunities because they feel like you deserve it. I feel like your acquaintances also get a sense that you're just someone who's very secure in yourself and you're easy to get along with. Like no one has anything negative to say about you in this pile, part one. Yeah, we have drop it, and usually this is a card about having support or knowing when to take a break when you've been working so hard. But it is number 3, so I feel like people would be happy to help you. Like say for example, if you have a lot of responsibilities and it's stressing you out, this is definitely the part where people would be willing to help you. Some of you may even be in your masculine energy a bit more, where you're like, oh, it's okay, I've got it, like I don't need the help, I've got it. But it makes people want to help you, like people want to support you. Okay, any burdens that you have, like people want to support you, and I feel like you guys just give off an air like you're just very, like, you're so consumed with whatever you've got going on in your own life that you may not be as talkative with everyone or catching up with everyone, but people are very much like, they get concerned about you. Like, how's Pal 1 holding out? Is Pal 1 in a good mindset? Is everything okay with Pal 1? Because they work so hard, But people just really love you, honestly. Like, I'm not getting anything negative from this pile. It just seems really straightforward. People want to help you out, want to give things to you. With a gift, I feel like people feel like you also possess gifts, like you are very gifted or very skilled. Okay, being around you is an energy exchange within itself. Like people see your asset. Okay, it's giving Aries, Gemini, Earth sign vibes. But yeah, overall, like they just really love you, especially if it's at a workplace. I'm getting more so workplace or place of learning vibes with this pile. I'm not really getting much acquaintance in other places. Like, for example, like clubs or, friends of friends, or, I'm getting more so work and study. Yeah. I can't even find anything negative about this pile. I feel like people only have good things to say about you. You're well respected, okay? And even though people see you as kind of low-key above them, it's not coming from a place where you think you're above people. People just know you have high self-worth and you value yourself and you have big dreams and big goals and big aspirations and you're working towards them. It makes other people feel like, okay, like pile 1 is like that, that B, and it makes them feel like, can I catch up to pile 1? But it's like, I'm not getting any animosity from here. You also know when to let go of anything that is burdening you. So we do have literally the drop it. So it's like you're willing to help people, but you still maintain your boundaries. So if something is too much, if you feel like someone's asking too much of you, you're not afraid to let them know, but in a nice, respectful way. Like, oh, I really have this and this to get done and I'm really exhausted. So I can't help you here. Like you know how to apply your boundaries very well. But even when you do have a bit of extra time, you're willing to still help whenever you need to. You're very supportive. You're very friendly in terms of like, if someone was to approach you, they wouldn't get a bad vibe from you. They wouldn't get an unapproachable vibe. They would get a vibe where like you're very warm, okay? But that's just what your acquaintances feel and view you. Yeah, nothing's coming else out of this. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Yeah, no, I feel like these people just look up to you. They really like your energy because they sense it's genuine, and that's what makes you easy to love. With the secrets there, I'm just getting it's more like a secret admirer, but I feel like you could be the type of pal that you don't really share much things about yourself in depth. You only talk about what needs to be talked about. So work or whatever you got going on, and people respect it. People respect it. But yeah, you're very understanding and people just feel like, yeah, I kind of like pile 1's vibe. But that's what I'm getting for pile number 1. I'm going to move on to pile number 2. Okay. We have, okay, Pile 2, 9 minutes and 52 seconds. So you guys chose the black tourmaline. So how do your acquaintances feel and think about you? I'm getting these people may find you a bit hard to read. You could be a little bit protective of your energy. You could be a little bit of an introvert, very selective with who you give your time and energy towards. There's an air of mystery. Some of you could be Scorpios, but there's an air of mystery that people don't know enough about you to make a conclusion. I mean, yeah, it's like acquaintance, but it's like they still feel like it's very hard to get to know you, okay? It's like you're very good at protecting your energy. We have the hawk and the thistle, graceful persistence. We have number 1, get over yourself. And 1 is all about new portals, new beginnings, new ways of seeing things. We have timing, may this be the right timing. I heard unhealed. So some people may feel like you may have gone through something in your life that makes it hard for you to open up to people, okay? We have the 2 of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the 2 of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have hiding. Yeah, I was getting that vibe. And we have inner year. So right off the bat, pile 2, people get like you make your acquaintances feel and view you as someone who is very secretive, very hard to get close to. I don't know if it makes them uncomfortable because I don't feel like they assume the worst. I don't feel like they're like, oh, pile 2 is up to something. I can't trust pile 2. I feel like pile 2 is definitely someone who you need to keep an eye out for. I'm not getting that energy. I'm getting more of like you pique people's interest. I think people see you as very mysterious. Okay, you don't really talk about personal stuff with people. You kind of keep things close to yourself about your own personal life. So people don't really know what to think about you. With this 2 of Pentacles, it's like people feel like on one hand, this person's very secretive and they keep to themselves. Maybe they're just a very introverted, private person and they respect it. But on the other hand, it's like a part of them feels like, or maybe they just don't like me, or, you know, is it me? Like, why don't they want to open up to me? Why don't they talk to me? Like, there's just something about you that makes them question, like, is this who they are naturally, or did they go through something that made them like this? Or, you know, people just feel like you're very hard to get to close to, and hence why they are put in the acquaintance zone, okay? Timing, okay? People feel like it will take a long time for you to open up with them. You know, they feel like maybe if I persist, you know, with time, pile 2 will want to open up to me. But I'm getting it takes you a while. You don't just open up to anyone. So at least people not really having an opinion about you, all they can do is go by observations. I'm not getting that they hate you, they dislike you. Like, they can't really form an opinion about you because they feel like you're so hard to get to know. You know, with this 2 of Wands, it's like people view you as somebody who, especially if you're in a workplace, people feel like they don't know if you will stay for very long because you may not make the effort to be that close to people. And I was watching a reel today, so I feel like this is like a sign. I was watching a funny reel on Instagram that apparently in America, especially if you're African American, some people may take your your introversion as being uppity or moody or like standoffish. Yet you guys could just be very awkward, or you just like to keep to yourselves, or you could be socially shy, but people take it the wrong way. So it makes people feel like you don't want to be that close to people, and you might try and leave the workplace if it's in the workplace setting. But I'm getting overall, people see you as someone who you have one foot in, one foot out, and that's how I'm interpreting this card. It's like, I know it's not usually interpreted that way. There's more about like different pathways, but I'm getting like you give people the impression that you have one foot in, one foot out. It's like you're not. I'm hearing the quote like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So it's kind of like, if it's a work setting, it's like, I'm just here to get my bag and go. You know, I'm not here to stay. I'm not here to develop bonds. I'm just here to get my money and dip, you know. And people just get that impression from you, and it leaves them wondering, like, I don't know whether I like or dislike pile 2, because pile 2 could be very like closed, but they're not taking it in a negative way. It's just they just don't know how to read you, you know. We have hiding, so it's like they feel like you may not like the attention, or you may not go out of your way to be overly social. But we also have in a year. So they, again, in a year and timing. So I feel like people just assume that you're very hard to get close to, and it will take a while for you to open up yourself or break down your walls in order to build something with you, if that makes sense. But people feel like you're doing this as a protective mechanism. They may feel like, well, I haven't wronged pile two, and I hope I haven't given pile two a wrong impression. So if they're being closed off to me, it could stem from other issues, because we do have get over yourself. And this card in this deck, or at least according to the person who created this deck, they intended this card to be about ego, about, and ego is all about protecting yourself, protecting your feelings, and you come up with coping and defensive mechanisms to do that. So some people may, say for example, if someone's insecure, they may act bigger than what they are to hide that insecurity, to protect themselves. Or, if someone doesn't trust people out of fear of being vulnerable and being hurt, they may close up and be a bit standoffish. That's what this card's referring to. But I feel like these people, like, they kind of wish that you would be a little bit open. They're hoping that you see a change of heart with the number one. This is all about new portals, new opportunities, new ideas, and changing your ways of thinking. Like, they're just hoping that you would open the door for them in order for them to be closer to you. Like, people do have a desire to want to get to know you, but you're just very mysterious, okay? With the graceful persistence, people feel like you're someone who you just go out, you get your shit done, and you go home, giving introverted vibes. But even if you go through something, you keep going. People really like your consistency. They feel like you're a very consistent person. It's like you're predictable, but you're also unpredictable. Like, you're predictable in the sense that good luck getting pile two to open up to me is going to be a while. Their walls are very strong. But then the other part of what I'm getting is you're unpredictable because people don't know, like, what you have up your sleeve, because you're so mysterious, and you're hard to read for some people, but they feel like you're very consistent in general, especially with work. Like, you stick to whatever whatever you have to get done, you stick to it, and you remain focused and you don't sway. So say for example, if you've entered a workplace, or you've entered a school setting or some other place, or even an event, you're like, I'm going into this event to enjoy myself, or I'm going into this workplace to get money, or I'm going into this mode of study to get my certificates, and bounce. Like, you stay focused and persistent. Like, you can't be swayed, okay? But people feel like it will take a long time for you to open, especially with the inner year. They feel like with the hiding and the timing, it takes a while for you to open up, okay? They also see you as someone who's very patient as well. You're a patient person, and I don't know what that's pertaining to, but I heard I have stamina. So I feel like, they feel like you have strength in you, like, to keep going. I don't know if someone's picking up on the fact that maybe you could have trauma, and maybe that's partly why you protect your peace. But people feel like you're just someone who you're very good at what you're doing. Even if you don't like what you're doing, you're very good at it. But even if it's outside of work, I just get people feel like you're very hard to read, and this could be due to you defensive mechanisms protecting your peace. Okay, but that's what I'm getting for pile two. I'm gonna move on to pile. I'm getting randomly a headache, and I usually don't even get headaches like that, so I don't know if that means something. I think maybe people get so tired of trying to analyze you or psychoanalyze you and figure out what could be the issue, or what could be, that makes you this way. And I feel like some people are very interested as to why you are a bit secluded with your energy. Okay, but that's what I'm getting. I'm going to move on to pile three. So pile three, you guys chose the tiger's eye. Okay. Oh yeah, 1845, I think. You guys chose the tiger's eye. So how do your acquaintances feel and think about you? I feel like some of them, they view you as someone who's very confident in yourself. You have a lot of strength. You guys could be a Leo or have it in your chart, but the people see you as very confident in yourself. But people also see you as someone who's destined for greatness. You could have someone in your energy who's looking at your stories, looking at your posts. I don't know why I'm getting that. Okay, that was very random. I honestly felt like that message just came out of me. Like, I wasn't conscious of what I was saying until, like, it came out of my mouth. I was like, okay, all right, so that's where we're going, spirit. Okay, But people feel very, like, inspired by you as well, okay? But that's what I'm getting so far. Let's see. And we literally have the salamander and the black pepper, inspiration. Like, I knew this card was coming, but I didn't know it was for this part. I thought it would be for number 5. But yeah, inspiration. You guys could be a Sagittarius or a fire sign. We have 33, see the light. You guys could be 33. Or this is more to do with like networking, elevating, motivating people, but also because that's about support, but also balance and reciprocity. Yeah, people feel like you don't invest in time and energy into things or people if you feel like it's one-sided. Okay, you're a very reciprocal kind of person. Okay, you could also be an Aquarius, very positive minded. Okay, we have the key. Let the answer come to you. From tarot, we have the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And we have, again, Aquarius energy with the Star card. We also have money. And we have heart chakra. Okay, so I feel like people view you as an inspiration. Okay, people assume that you're very confident in yourself. And confidence doesn't have to mean, oh, I'm the loudest one in the room, or I'm being bigger, or I'm talking louder. Like, it could, you just have a quiet confidence where you're very secure in yourself. You know where you want to go in life, and that's where you're headed. You could have done some sort of 180 in your life in some people's eyes. Like, you could have battled an addiction, or you could have changed your life around. Maybe you guys were so used to keeping to yourself, and now you're coming out more. You could have gone through a glow up. There's something different about you or your life, and people are just finding you to be an inspiration. I would not be surprised if people with a platform mostly chose this pile, because it's giving like a lot of people looking up to you. Okay. Yeah, you're someone who you definitely have a lot of recognition. You're someone who's very positive minded. With the see the light card, it's like you're someone who you like to take people with you in terms of like you want to elevate people, you want to motivate people. You're someone who's very like, if you're a woman, you're a girl's girl. I'm getting that's how acquaintances view you. If you're a man, you're a man's man. Like, you're very supportive of other people. Okay, and it's like I'm also getting like, you invest into people who invest into you. Like, if someone is there for you, you're very loyal and you invest back, even if you don't have to, because these are acquaintances, so they're not expecting anything deep with you. But at the same time, it's like they want that because they respect you. They feel like there's something about your energy that's very genuine. Okay, we have the key. May the answer come to you. So that people see you as a problem solver. You could be the type of friend that, or acquaintance that people want to talk to and ask for advice about things, or they may want to have a discussion with you. People are also viewing you as very intelligent. Okay, very, very cutthroat sometimes, or very blunt at least, like very honest. Like, if someone wants to ask you something and they know they need someone honest, they're going to go to you, path 3. There's something about you being very intelligent and finding a way to solve issues, especially when we have the key. So yeah, you may get people who randomly open up to you. I would not be surprised if you guys are empaths, because I'm getting that people will randomly come up to you and tell you the tea, and you're just like, I didn't ask, but thanks. Let me help you. You know, you're like a problem solver, okay? It's giving teacher vibes, it's giving leader vibes, it's giving, light worker, but you're just very inspirational to some people. I feel like there's something you guys have done that has changed within yourself. Maybe it's an even mentality, okay? We have the star card, so there's something about you being well recognized or well perceived by many people. You're also very healing energy. There's something about you that people feel like, I'm not getting that you guys are so vulnerable with people, but I feel like people could be vulnerable with you. And people are very drawn to you. I would not be surprised if you're an empath and you attract people who are in need of healing. But a lot of people are very drawn to you, okay? But there's just something unique about you, especially if you have a platform. Like, a lot of people are drawn to your pages on social media. People feel like you're abundant, we have money, or you're destined for abundance. And people can see your genuinity. People can see that you put your heart and passion and soul into the things that you do, because we have the heart chakra. Again, yeah, heart chakra, star card is giving healing energy. People see you as very healing, okay? And people feel like they feel inspired by you. They want to get closer to you. But they feel like there's also a boundary that you guys put up, especially with the Queen of Swords. You guys have very high boundaries, and not in a way where you're being mean or unfriendly, but in a way where it's like you're very choosy with your time, okay? And you're just like, okay, I can help you out here, but I'm not going to exert to the point where I'm now not getting enough for myself. Like, I need to breathe. You guys are very very cutthroat when you need to be. Like, it's because you have really good boundaries, very healthy minded people. Like, if something is a bit uncomfortable for you guys, or too much energy exerted, you're not afraid to say, like, listen, like, I'm sorry, but I can't do this, and I will be able to do this when I pick up on the energy again, but I can't right now. Like, you guys are very understanding and very but still very honest. Okay, some people may feel a little bit intimidated by you, and I think it's because of how intelligent you come across. You guys could be younger than some of these people, because they feel like for your age, like, you know so much. You could be being seen as an old soul, if you will. But people just feel like you're so destined for money, success, some of you fame. But it's almost like you're not motivated by it. It's like you want money, yeah, but it's like you're not like obsessing over it. It's not like the be all end all of life, you know. And that's what's bringing it in. So you could be really good at manifestation, but people just feel very drawn to you, very healing towards you. You guys are just very secure in yourselves, and you'd be surprised. That's actually not a very common trait. There are a lot of people who are very insecure. We do have our insecurities in life, but I feel like you guys, no one can make you feel insecure, if that makes sense. Like, if you're insecure about something, then you're insecure about something, but no one can go out of their way to create that insecurity within you, you know? That's, at least that's just what the acquaintances think. Like, you're very humble and you're secure with yourself, you know? But yeah, it's very smart. Always have an answer for something. Some of you could be Geminis. You could be a little bit witty, okay, with your words. But there's just something that's very inspirational about you. I feel like this pile may get a lot of people that copy them a lot. Like, you guys could, you know, just reminds me of my song, you guys could be a blueprint, you know, where people do tend to copy and emulate you, but it's because they're inspired by you, not that they want to compete with you, okay? You guys have high standards, because I'm hearing that's the way, I like it. I haven't heard that in many years. So it's like, you don't settle for less, and unless you like whatever you're doing, or the person, if it's love, but if it's a career thing or a hobby thing, it's like, you don't settle until you're satisfied. And I feel like this is a part that you self-motivate yourself, okay? And you find validation within yourself. You don't need it from the outside, but you're getting it from the outside. Or if you feel like you haven't, you will be. Yeah, people want to be part of your future because they feel like you're going somewhere. I heard monumental, you know? But that's what I'm getting. I'm going to move on to... Sorry, that sounded so abrupt. But let me see if I can gather more messages. Nothing else is coming through other than the fact that we have the tiger's eye. You guys are just very popular. Not popular, maybe popular loner. As in, like, many people want to be in your space, but you may be a bit, you know, of a lone wolf. Or may just feel a little bit intimidated to approach you. But people feel like you have full faith in yourself. Your heart chakra is open, okay? You're very healing, and you only put effort into things you love, okay? And you're passionate about. But that's what I'm getting. I'm going to move on to pile 4. I don't want my readings to be getting too short. Like, I still want to expand on things. But honestly, sometimes if the messages are not coming through, if that's the only message I'm getting, that's the only message I'm getting, you know? But let's move on to pile 4. Let's make it a synchronicity. 2828. Pile 4. You guys chose this bluestone, and this is all about... I know the properties of this now, okay? Clarity and communication. I just don't know the stone name. Okay? So how your acquaintances feeling about you and how they're viewing you, okay? They're viewing you as someone who... I'm not getting that this is necessarily you guys being communicative, even though you guys may very well be communicative, and some of you guys could be Aquariuses. I'm getting more so people want to communicate with you. I heard set the record straight, okay? You may have some people may feel like, this is for multiple reasons, but you may have some people who feel like there's some unspoken beef. Like, I don't know why I'm picking that up. Like, as in, like, they want to clear the air with you, but you may even not be aware that this is even going on. I feel like this pile may be misunderstood by acquaintances. They may view you in a way where it's not how you actually are, and they would have to get to know you in order to know who you are, but you may not be willing to get to know certain people. Okay, but let's see. We have the skunk and the magnolia. We have protection. We have reaching out, 28. Yeah, another card about communication. 2 is all about partnerships and 8 is all about abundance. So I do feel like you do have an abundance of people who do want to work with you or be in connections with you. But this 2 and 8 makes 10, which is completion, and rounds back to 1, so beginning. So you may have people who want to reach out and pursue you for whatever different reasons, okay? We have conserve. May you find the balance. We have the devil card, Capricorn energy. We have the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the arrogant. And we have, I'm sorry. Okay, with this power, instantly what I'm getting is people have a misconception about you. People always assume, sorry, I was being annoyed by that. People always assume that you're stuck up. Again, sorry for this message, but it's just what's coming through. You're a bit uppity and you don't want to be close to people. This is very different from pile 2. Pile 2 is more of like they're mysterious and people just don't really know where they stand with them. They can't even formulate any opinion on them because they're so hard to get close to. But with this pile, people are misinterpreting you, okay? Some of you guys can even be a Leo as well with this, they're arrogant, but people get misconstrued when it comes to you. They just assume the worst. And for what reason? For what? For why? What was the reason, you know? And it's because you're very protective of your energy, okay? Similar to part 2, you're very protective of your energy. And people misread this to be you're stuck up. People think, okay, pile 4 thinks that they're better than everyone just because you may have a guard up, okay? Or you just may be very selective, okay? But I'm getting, just like pile 2, I'm getting this as a pile that could be a little bit more on the introverted side. Because we do have conserve, and I'm getting like this is like an energy thing where you're like, I don't want to go out all the time and party. I don't want to go out all the time and get to know different people and have to go above and beyond for things. Like, why can't I just simply stay home? Like, you guys could be the type of people where once you've done your duty outside, you want to rush back home. Like, you just don't have the time or the energy or even the mental capacity to be entertaining everybody on earth and having long conversations and being very open with your life and what's going on, or hanging out with everyone that invites you out. Like, I'm getting, you guys may get very tired easily when it comes to work, and you're just like, I need time for myself, I need to rest. But people mistake this energy to mean you don't like them, or you're uppity, or you think you're better than anyone to not want to hang out with them. But it is a misconception because we do have, I'm sorry. So some of these acquaintances, either they felt like this when they first met you and then they realized that, nah, maybe pile 4 is just more of an introvert. But people assume, like the acquaintances that don't know you that well, they just assume you're arrogant, okay? You guys could be people who are very, like, you're very good at leading when you need to. You're good at speaking your mind, because I'm hearing the lyric of Melanie Martinez in one of her songs called Field Trip. She goes, I am shy, but I do speak only when I truly need to say some shit that hopefully will reach the ears it's supposed to be. So it's basically saying, like, don't get it twisted. I'm not shy. I will speak when I need to speak, okay? But that's for the right ears to hear, you know? And I will say something of substance and importance. So I am not shy. I'm just selective of what I say. And when I do speak, it holds value. That's the kind of energy that you guys may give off to these acquaintances. So it's like you say things when you need to, or you take charge. You may be a leader in your own right. Some of you could be bosses, but you get shit done and you know how to command a room and lead when you need to. Okay, if you have to, when it's work. Okay, but overall, people may interpret you to be arrogant, okay? Maybe you guys love yourselves and you have confidence, you have higher self-esteem. Again, Leo energy here. But then people take it to be, oh, they're conceited, you know? Or maybe you want the best for yourself and people think, oh, they're a bit arrogant. And maybe you're not afraid to talk your shit. Maybe you're not afraid to say what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and deserving of whatever position you have in your life. And people take that to mean, okay, you know, they think their shit doesn't stink. But I'm getting this as a misconception, because eventually their perceptions of you or how they view you or think about you or feel about you gets changed over time, because we have I'm sorry. It's like, I'm sorry I misread you, you know? You do make people feel low-key obsessed over you though, okay? And that's because, this is so random, but some acquaintances, pile 4, some people find you very sexy. I felt the need to say that. People find you very sexy. I mean, you are, okay? But people find you very sexy and they feel like, it's not even just looks-wise. It's your whole aura, your whole energy. You could have siren energy, especially if you're masculine, but also feminine energy as well, like siren, like seductive energy. Like, if you want to say something, people will listen. Okay, people want to get to know you. They want to talk more with you. They want to get closer to you, but they feel like it's hard. And it's not your fault. I feel like some people just may feel some type of way when someone knows their worth. But these people think a lot about you. I feel like you're more thought about than you realize. You may be like, I just go to work. Like, why are you guys thinking about me? I just be my own little lane. It may not even be a work situation. This could just be in general, like acquaintances in general. Okay, maybe on social media, or you met through classes, or whatever it may be. People just find you very alluring. And I think it's because you hold like a very powerful energy or vibration, or you just have a strong sense of self-worth. And not many people do. You know who you are, okay? And because you're confident and you know who you are, it makes people who are insecure just assume the worst. It kind of reminds me of, like, there's this girl that she's always meeting famous people. She's a presenter. I'm really close with her, and I like her energy. I like a confident person. I like someone who's secure in themselves. It is very sexy, you know? But then I had another friend of mine that saw that friend, and they're just like, oh, they're probably stuck up. I don't like her. And I'm like, you don't even know her. Like, get to know her before you form an opinion. Like, you don't even know this person, and you already dislike them, and they don't even know you exist, you know? And that was them judging their social media because of how confident they come across, and if they want to do something, they do it. And I'm like, if you get to know this friend, like, she's actually very sweet, you know? Like, you shouldn't assume the worst in people just because they're confident. And it's weird because we live in a society where people don't want you to put yourself down. But then the moment you don't put yourself down and you actually value and like yourself, it's like, that person needs to be humbled. And that only triggers insecure people, you know? But with the devil card, I feel like a lot of people are drawn to you. And even if they don't approach you, especially on social media, they will stalk what you've got going on. They're very interested in what you've got going on, okay? You're very alluring, okay, to these acquaintances. It makes them want to reach out, okay? You make, like, some of you, your DMs could be flooded, but for those who isn't, it's like people want to reach out, but they may hold back because you may give off this energy of feeling like, peasants, are you even on my level? And I'm getting that this is a misconception because we have, I'm sorry. It's just you guys, I think you are someone who has a dual personality, okay? You could be a Gemini or a Libra even, or a Pisces even, but it's like, you have a split personality. It's like when you need to be this fiery energy and take charge and get shit done and this masculine energy, you will do it. You'll do it, and you'll do it confidently. Especially if you have an online presence, you will do things from post. But then when people get closer to you, they realize, okay, maybe you're a little bit more introverted with a conserve. It's like you don't mind doing the extroverted things here and there, especially if your job requires you to be extroverted. But when it doesn't require you to be extroverted, or when you don't need to be extroverted with friends or your acquaintances in general, or people you just meet, you're very to yourself. You're like, okay, I need to recharge. I need to recharge my energy, you know? And you're very protective of your energy. It's like you show out and go out when you need to. You do what you need to do when you need to, and be confident in that. But the moment you're at home or you've finished your duty for the day, it's like, okay, guys, respectfully, don't bother me because I need to recharge. I need to rest. I don't have the capacity to connect with everyone right now. So it makes people feel like, are they just uppity? Because I've seen them be so confident here. I've seen them be so talkative here. They've networked here. They've done this here. They present themselves this way at this event or this workplace or this function, whatever. So why is it now I see them being very less likely to have a conversation with me or a bit more secluded. But this is just these people jumping to conclusions. They could just freaking reach out if they wanted to. Maybe some of you guys left these people on red, or you may take a while to respond to people, so it makes them feel some type of way. It makes them feel like, am I not good enough? But you're just protecting your energy. You just need some time to recharge sometimes, and people shouldn't take that personally, But a lot of people do want to communicate with you. People, this is very random, but people also like the way you speak, or if you sing. Like, people just find it satisfying. But it's also a case of people just want to connect with you deeper. They want to build something deeper with you. But I just feel like you may give off an energy where, similar to part 2, it will be hard to do that. But I'm getting like some people spin it in a negative way for your pile. With part 2, it's more like we don't know what to expect. They're mystery. But with this pile, like, people just feel like you just may think you're better than everyone, But again, I do see this being disproved. And then some of those people who do know the real you, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, at first I thought you were like this. You may have a lot of understandings. I would not be surprised if this group has people who get triggered by you easily and just dislike you out of nowhere. And you're like, well, what did I do? I just literally breathed. Like, what the hell? But it's because people misunderstand you. They assume, it's like people create a beef where there isn't a beef, and it's just weird. It's like what Megan Thee Stallion said, like, anyone beefing me is beefing with themselves, or what Nicki Minaj said. It's funny that I bring them two up because they're beefing each other, but she goes, in one of her songs, beat, 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 is that me? Is that you talking to me? Is that me? If I don't even know you exist, is that beef? Like, you're just in your own little lane. You're just doing your own thing. And, you have people thinking some type of way. But I do see that they always get disproved. Like, later on, the more they hear about you, the more that they talk to you. If they were to talk to you, they'll realize, oh my God, that was a misconception. I don't know why I assumed you were like this, But yeah. They are very still alert to you. You guys are very like magnetic. It makes people want to become drawn to you, but they feel like you're just in this energy of not being as receptive to them. But really, you're just conserving your time, okay? It's not always personal. But that's what I'm getting. I'm going to move on to the last pile. So pile 5, 4150. You guys chose the emerald. So what do your acquaintances feel or think about you? I feel like they feel like you're destined for abundance, or you're already abundant. People get a grounded, stable vibe from you. Okay, you could be earth signs, but they feel very grounded and stable, and they feel like you give off that energy. Okay, or you're destined for success. Okay, we have the marten and the foxglove, which is mischief. We have 18, step away from the crowd. Okay, 1 is all about new beginnings, and 8 is all about abundance. But add them together is 9, which is ending. So yeah, some people may be thinking that you're someone who you're moving on to bigger and better things. Your acquaintances feels like, oh, they feel like they're too good for us. Like they're leaving us, an ending of a cycle, if you will, or you're going through a change. Okay, we have a miracle. May a miracle happen to you. Very random. Some of you could have Irish roots. Very random. Because I just thought of the rainbow. We have the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, fire signs. We have water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with the Ace of Cups. And we have more fire energy with the 6 of Wands. And we have children. And we have abundance. Yeah, I feel like with this part, you guys are in touch with your inner child, or at least that's just how you're being perceived by your acquaintances. People see that you're someone who has a lot of energy. You guys could be, even if you're not young, it's like you give off young energy. You may look younger than your age, but your acquaintances feel like you have a lot of energy, okay? You guys could have a little bit of ADHD, but you always have the energy to try new things and do new things, and you keep very busy, okay? You're always up and go lucky. You guys could be really good at your job if it's a work setting, but even if it's not, like in general, people just feel like they can't keep up with your life. You're always doing something, okay? People feel like you're one of those people that you want to have jobs that fulfill you, because we have Ace of Cups. I would not be surprised if some of you jump from job to job, or you may be unemployed and searching for a new job. Like, I would not be surprised, because it's like you outgrow things, or you feel like I'm in the mood to try something new or go a different route or change jobs. Like you don't stay for very long. We have step out the crowd. Like, you don't get yourself too acquainted with a community, not just in workplace, but in general. Like, if someone meets you, it's like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. It's like you're not there for a very long time. And or it could even be deeper. Like you may not be in people's life for a very long time, but it's like when you are, you leave a lasting impression. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're very unique. There's something about you that you're destined for abundance, but it's because you're in a full energy. You're always willing, 444, as I said that, you're always willing to try something new, and you're always willing to learn new things and move in a different direction. Whenever you're divinely guided to go somewhere, you're going to go. So even if it means putting an ending to, whoever you know or the connection you have with someone, you're always willing to try new things. There's just something very unique and unconventional about this group that is very... you're very memorable. People just don't forget you. We do have mischief, but it's not like you guys cause mischief. It's just they just like the fact that you stir the pot. Like you don't conform to societal standards, and because of that, it may create mischief, like unintentionally. You might make people feel some type of way, or you don't do things by the book. Because I'm hearing that song by Pink. Na 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 na. I'm gonna start a fight. Not that you guys are aggressive or anything, but it's like. It's giving rebellious energy, Aquarius energy, like trendsetters, or someone who's unconventional, revolutionary. Like you're just someone who you don't stick to the book, and that's you being in touch with your inner child, with the children. I'm not getting that people see you as immature, but it's like you just don't do things that are expected of you. Like you're very unconventional, you're very unpredictable, but in a way where you're still stable, because we do have the emerald, but it's like out of nowhere, you're like, okay, I've decided to read a new book, or I've decided to take up a new job, or I've decided to go back to school. Or it's very hard to tell what you got up your sleeve, because you're always doing something different. But we do have miracles, so people just feel like you're very lucky, very blessed. Okay, your acquaintances feel like, oh wow, Power 5, things work out for them. Even if it's almost like they see you as someone who trusts the process. So even if it doesn't make sense where you're headed towards or what you're going to do next, even if you start a business and people feel like how's this going to work out, like they see you as someone who just trusts the process, and things usually do work its way out for you. So people are seeing you as like someone who's like you've encountered miracles. Okay, but yeah, people feel like you're all about emotional fulfillment when it comes to your work situations or success. It's like people feel like if you put your heart and soul into things that you love, you'll be successful in them. People see your potential as well. We have abundance, so people feel like you're either stable or you're going to be very stable one day. And people believe in you, Power 5. People just see you as just very different, but very childlike, but in not in an annoying, like, grow up kind of way, but in a way where it's like, you just do what makes you happy. You march to the beat of your own drum, and if it doesn't fulfill you, you won't stay for very long, which is really sweet. I like that energy. You're very in touch with your inner child. I think some of you you still want to be part of the matrix. You're just like, listen, if it makes me unhappy, I'm a dip. You guys are happy vibes, good vibes only. So your acquaintances see you as someone with good vibes. Some of you could be a little bit cheeky, very playful, or even just very silly and witty sometimes. And you're very good at making jokes for some of you. But people just love your energy. It's very vibrant. It's very genuine. But yeah, you're not afraid to eat alone. You're not afraid to do things on your own, okay? You're always up and about. It's almost like giving Sagittarius energy, like traveler energy. Like you're not afraid to move from place to place or do this and that. Like it's always different. Like every day is, or every time these acquaintances see you, it feels like it's a different vibe. And they don't know what to expect, but they know to expect something lighthearted and good, But people just see you as a catch, especially in love. Okay, your acquaintances are seeing you someone who you have your shit together. You're basically a high value person, and they see your worth. They see you as a catch. So they really like that about you. But again, you're all about emotional fulfillment when it comes to your success. Even when it comes to dating options, I feel like you're the type of person that you don't just settle. You could be hard to tie down unless you really, really want someone. Like when you really like someone, you only fixate on that person. You're not really a let me have many options kind of person, or at least that's how they perceive you. They see your worth. Like if these people were to have options, they would choose you. Okay, but you're very lovable. Yeah, but there's just something very grounded about this connection. Well, not connection, sorry. About this pile. Why was I saying connection? Maybe some of these people want a connection with you. But you inspire people to be just like this. They're like, I really like Pile 5's vibe, okay? Yeah, with the mischief, it's just like it's like you're up to no good, but in a cheeky way. Like they just feel like you just don't do things by the book, and they like it. Even if you are in a workplace and you do work with people, it's like they may want you to do certain things a certain way, and you're like, I feel like it was best if we do it that way, you know. And it's like you're very innovative, okay. But that's all I'm getting. I'm gonna move on to, there's no other pile, so I'm gonna end the video there. I hope that resonates. I do have a lot of video ideas now, thanks to you guys, because you guys have been requesting in the comments, and I really appreciate it. But that's all I have. Thank you so much. Bye.